What's going on, guys? We're up crazy early. It's 6:30 in the morning. We are meeting up with Gary, who has one of the baddest stick shift Coyote cars on the planet. If you're in the stick shift world, you know this car. He's actually driving it on the street about a half hour to meet me, which is really cool. Respect for that. I guess he drives it on the street a lot. I didn't know that. It has a slipper clutch in it. So, yeah, it should be really cool. I met Gary up at Lapeer last year when I think actually the first day I ever took my car to the track. He helped me a little bit that day, and he's been, helping me ever since. He always answers questions, and he's always willing to, help me when I got issues with the car, which is quite often. So, should be really cool. This car moves out, and yeah, we're gonna shoot it on the street. We're gonna do a build breakdown. So stay tuned. Look at this guy driving this thing on the street. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. Air high five. So this is Gary. This is his bad Coyote powered turbo stick shift car. I met Gary, I think the first time I ever took my car to the track. I saw this car run and I was like, holy crap. This is goals. This is guy going super fast. Is it the fastest or second fastest?
Second fastest Coyote right now.
Second fastest stick shift Coyote car on the planet. How fast has it gone so far?
869 at 158.
That's moving. So we're gonna dive into this thing, do a full build breakdown. So let's get after it. Tell us about what the car started as.
So I bought it in 2008. I was just driving by a dealership and I saw it sitting out front. It was just a GT. It had the Boss stripes on it. I was 18. Caught my eye right away, hook, line, and sinker.
Sure.
So I pulled in there. Didn't know how to drive a stick shift. So I tried taking it for a test drive, and the salesman quickly put the kibosh on it. So
You can see you now, right?
Yeah. So then I had to. My aunt actually taught me how to drive a stick shift the next day, and then I went back up there, test drove it, and bought it.
Right on. That's a sweet story.
Yeah.
So you've had it since you were 18.
Yeah.
Wow. And it's changed a little bit since then.
Yeah. Yeah. It's obviously it's got a Coyote swap in it.
Sure.
It's a built 8.8 T56 face plated from Liberty. 85 millimeter turbo.
Oh, we'll get to that. So what's up with the? It's got welds on it. What brakes are these? Aeromotive?
Aerospace.
Yeah. Okay.
It's got aerospace brakes in the front, stock brakes in the rear, hawk pads.
What size are these wheels in the back? 15?
15 10.33.
And this is a Mickey Thompson ET drag, right?
Yep, that's a stiff wall slip.
Right there. So bias plies front and rear?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And it's got a parachute on it.
Yeah, it's got a Motion Raceworks mount, Stroud chute.
And greatest license plate. Shifted. Probably turned some heads driving around on the street. You
Yeah.
said you were out last night with a parachute on it.
We were out till about 2 a.m. last night.
Did you win any money?
No, just cruising. A couple little poles, but
Right on. What's up with this wing? Is real carbon?
yeah.
Sick. Who
Yeah.
makes that?
I think it was from Carbon Driven.
Oh, that's really cool looking.
Yeah, I always liked the look of the stock wing,
For sure.
so I didn't want to change it up too much.
Yeah, this car just looks like, just watching it come up, the curb appeal on it's just amazing. This car's badass looking. They make this hood too?
No, that's a True Fiber hood.
True fiber?
Yep.
Yeah, that looks sick. I love that you kept the that intake on there, the cowl. That's off of what, a Mach 1?
Yeah, that's actually it's hard to find the Mach 1 scoops.
Sure.
So the original 70 Mach scoops are identical to the 2003 Mach scoops.
No way.
Yeah, you can pick
I
them
didn't know
up.
that.
And
So this is off a 70?
Yep.
Then? That's crazy.
Well, it's a reproduction.
Sure,
Yeah.
but it's the exact same you're saying.
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah, this hood looks menacing. How about the splitter? Is that a stock splitter just with the...
No, that's a Magic Drift.
Okay, cool.
And that's a 02 Cobra front bumper.
Right.
Just I cut the center out of it to try to get a little more air.
Yeah, it looks awesome. And you can obviously see the exhaust coming out right out the side, so that's kind of a dead giveaway. That's sweet. Who made that with the Boss 302 on it?
That was Monkey Fab.
Oh, nice. That looks sick. Before we get to the good stuff, let's check out the interior in this, because I've been bugging Gary about maybe putting a handbrake in my car, and I just saw him open the door and he's running a handbrake. So let's check this thing out.
All right, so it's a little dirty because I do drive it all the time.
Sure.
But
All right, walk us through what's going on here.
all right, so it's got a carbon fiber dash from Motor City Solutions. Lund does all my tuning through the N gauge.
Yep.
It's a Ford control pack. I use a tablet to monitor everything through a race pack
that's
data
pretty
logger.
sick. I've never seen that. Actual, just a Samsung tablet.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get, the race pack dash, but then I was like, well, the tablet will do the same thing, and you can do other stuff with it.
Sure.
Got a Sickie pass-through handbrake, normally for drifting, but we use it for staging.
So what's the button on it?
That's a two-step.
Okay, got it.
So there's a two-step on the clutch,
Yep.
and there's a two-step on that. That way, when
you
I'm
can
staging,
override it?
Yeah, I can
Yep.
bring the car up on the two-step, let the clutch out, kind of load it a little bit, and bump
And
in.
stay on the two-step with the button.
Yes.
Ah, yeah, because that's what I was thinking about doing, exactly what you did, of putting the two-step on the clutch.
Mhm.
But then once you're right, once you start loading up
Yeah. Then
he might lose it.
Yep.
Okay, for sure. I mean, I don't necessarily need the two-step as much as you, being a turbo car, obviously, versus, blower car, but
Yeah.
that's pretty interesting. So you can use both. You can start it on the pedal, and then you can get on the button.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And what trans is it in? I know you said, but
It's a 0304 Cobra T56.
and who built that?
Liberty.
Liberty. Okay.
Yeah, so it's got a Aston Martin main shaft. Pretty much everything you can do to a T56.
Sure.
It's still doesn't have like a billet front cover or anything like that. It's still a cable operated clutch.
Right. And what is the clutch? It's got a Black Magic in it, right?
Yep, it's got an Ace Next Gen 6 lever from Black Magic.
Okay.
Kill Aronson.
And how's that thing do on the street? Because it's a slipper, right?
Yeah, it's a slipper clutch.
Yep.
So a lot of guys like to load them up with a bunch of weight to
Yep.
go on the street. I don't change anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it slips. Like, if you're bogging the car and you get into it, it'll slip up to 4,000 RPMs. But if you're just driving normal, you never notice it slipping.
Really?
So, yeah, it's really not a big deal. Just,
Sure.
If you're gonna get on it, make sure you're up in the RPM.
That was my. Once the clutch goes to my car, it's getting a clutch and a trans too. So this is probably gonna be what I'm gonna end up having to do or gonna do. I mean, as long as you drive this thing on the street, probably more than I drive my car, which is pathetic. But I'm definitely gonna have to look into it. What is it? 60 foot on this clutch?
The best so far is a 129. Which
That's fast, man.
ain't the greatest in the world, but it's just me and my dad setting up the suspension.
Right.
So it's we're getting there, but.
And you can just go to 5 and just dump it, and the clutch does everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
I need that.
gotta data log it and kind of look at your clutch slippage.
Sure.
But
And do you have like wheel speed sensors and drive
I got
shaft
a
or?
drive shaft sensor.
Okay.
And then I just compare that to the RPM.
Right.
You know.
For sure. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Cool. Who did this cage?
That was done by Jason Waters.
That looks nice in here.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job on it.
Yeah. For sure.
I never painted it because I figured we might have to go a little bit more.
What do you think of this thing, T?
Oh, it's really cool.
It's built bottom end, still stock sleeves.
Okay.
It's got the water jacket supports.
Yep.
It was an F-150 motor.
Yep.
It's got the F-150 crank still, which up until like 15 they're all the same anyways.
Right.
Manley billet I-beam rods, diamond pistons. It's right around 12 to 1 compression.
Okay.
Slocco ported heads, boss cams.
So not a stock block.
No.
It looks so sick in here, man. Like, I've seen a lot of these cars swapped, and this just looks so good. So who did all the fabrication on the rest of this, the front half of it?
So I had started tubing it. I had the front end kind of where the radiator and everything like unbolted, and I could remove that. Just it was a lot easier to work, and I had to move everything forward a lot, you know, to fit all this. And then when I had the cage done, I had asked Jason if he could tube this, and he said yeah, and we actually went up to the strut tower.
Yep.
Well, when I got it back, I was like, man, I don't really like this. There's some like this, but you know, this was my daily driver for a long time.
Sure.
So like the bottom of the strut towers were rusting, and so I took it back to him, and then he ended up tubing this like this, and
yeah,
then
that looks so good.
like the frame rails were rusted.
Yeah.
But he doesn't do rust repair, you know.
Right.
So I did that. I cut all that out and rewelded everything.
Nice. So Vikings I see up front. Is that what's you got? Vikings in the back too?
Yep. Vikings all the way around.
Man, how much does this thing weigh?
It's like 28 something.
God, it's that light. Holy crap.
Yeah, with me in it, and it might be lighter than that. I got 100 pounds of ballast on the parachute mount.
Man, that is light.
And it's like 29.90 or something like that.
And do you know what it makes for power? Or
I don't know. It's never been on dyno.
Yeah.
So it's right around 20 pounds of boost. Sometimes it peaks at 21, you know, depending on the load.
Sure.
So I would think it's right around a little over 1,000 wheel.
Yeah, for sure. All right, talk to us about this turbo setup. This thing is massive. Let me get over here so I can get a good shot of the turbo.
So it's a Borg-Warner S485 from Jose at Force Inductions. It's his billet wheel ETR unit. It's a T4 foot hot side.
Yep.
It's divided housing, but I ported the divider way back and tried to open it up as much as I could.
Crazy.
It's a 110 AR.
And you say right now it's at 20 pounds?
Yeah. I mean, the turbo could blow the block apart.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, that turbo can support what, like almost 2,000 horsepower,
yeah,
right?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Like, when I called him, I was just going to do a 76, and my goal was to make around 1,300. I planned on sleeving the block.
Right.
But he was like, well, you know, you could do it with a 76. He's like, but an 85 would do it a lot easier.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and probably lower IETs with that too.
Oh yeah, this thing doesn't even. I've had passes where I forgot to turn the intercooler pump on.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask about the intercooler setup. So it is a water to air.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have an ice tank in the back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, I got an ice tank in the back, and then I run a heat exchanger up front because I drive it on the street.
Yeah, I saw that, and that I was gonna ask you about that because I've had a couple people say to me that maybe I should think about having like a quick disconnect, so I bypass the heat exchanger. Do you bypass the heat exchanger at the track?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I ice it between every run.
Yeah, so do I, and I still have ice usually.
Yeah,
in the
I
tank.
got ice in the tank, and
okay.
Even when I forget, right? So when I mess up and I forget to turn the intercooler pump on,
I put a sticker on my dash that says "Turn on pump."
I'm at like 115, 120 degrees
at the big end.
IAT at the big end.
Yeah.
Which it's not even. I don't think it's pulling timing yet. So,
sure.
You know.
Yeah, that's nothing. Just the fitment of this is unbelievable. I hope it's coming through on the camera how sick this thing is. It's wicked. So what's the fuel system?
So it's I use Fuel Lab pumps and Fuel Lab electronic regulator. So it controls the pump so that it's not just running wide open all the time.
Okay, so is it one pump or two?
Just one. I have another one for it.
Yep.
But it hasn't needed it yet.
Sure. So it's a driver basically as it needs fuel.
Yep.
And is that boost referenced?
Yeah. So the regulator itself is boost referenced.
Sure.
but you know, it senses pressure,
Adds that.
you know,
sure.
kicks her up. But Division X fuel rails, ID 1050s.
Okay, 1050s.
So,
wow,
yeah, so
man, that's.
I'm like right at the limit.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I have a thousands, but
Yeah.
I mean, turbo cars don't seem like they can get away with running, you know, a little bit less injector than blower cars. I guess.
I'm running 68 pounds base pressure.
Okay,
So
it's quite a bit.
yeah.
Okay. Without the boost reference.
Yeah. So once
So I'm at 52. That's
once it starts making boost and yeah.
yeah, for sure. And we can talk about the boost control, like precision gates on it.
Yeah, it's got two 46 millimeter precision gates. Like I said, no boost controller, just spring pressure.
And how heavy are the springs in there?
I think it has 18-pound springs in it right
And it
now.
makes 20. So
Yeah.
that's crazy. And no boost creep with. Well, you got 2 of them, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a CG Fab hot side. I modified his crossover quite a bit, but then the cold side was just me.
Right. And there is a blow off valve down there.
Yeah.
Tile blow off valve.
No, it's
Precision. Oh, there's an eBay part on this car.
It's a Fleabay knockoff.
It works, right?
Oh, it works.
All it has to
great.
do is open.
Exactly. You know, I figured it uses the same flange, so I was like, if I don't like it, I welded the flange on there. If it doesn't work, I'll buy a real one.
Right.
And it's been working fine for years now. So.
For sure. I love this piece that's holding the intercooler. I don't know who did that. Did you do that?
Yeah, that was me. The stock throttle body. I think it was off the original motor, so it was off an F-150.
Okay.
I sent it down to Max Bore, and I think he opened it up to like 85.
Okay. Man, I can't believe how close that pulley is to
Yeah, you see those button heads on
to
there?
the blanket. That's crazy. Yeah, they're polished up nice, huh?
Yeah, I had to put, you know, it had normal ones on there. I had to put button heads.
Right on. Let's check out that ice tank real quick, if you can open it.
It's a little dirty. You know,
Street
it's
car.
just a giant hole.
Sure.
So everything on the road comes up in here.
Yep.
But yeah, I took all the stock wiring out of the car and made a harness for it, made a relay board, and rewired it all.
Okay, so the whole stock harness
Yeah,
is
everything.
out of the
Every
car. So you
piece of
rewired
wire.
even the tail lights.
Tail lights are all rewired.
Crazy.
Which was kind of a pain to get. It's hard to wire the bulbs when they're together. You know, if they're individual bulbs, it's easy, but they use, because you got your turn signal and your brake, and if your turn signal's on and you hit the brake, well, now you're lighting up solid.
Right.
So I had to use like a trailer converter.
Crazy.
Yeah, but
That's wild.
yeah, there was a lot of weight in the stock harness. It's still got, you know, I could probably lose a lot of weight. I don't need a 15-gallon fuel cell, but I drive it a lot on the street.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. Have you ever thought about doing Drag Week or Rocky Mountain or one of
yeah,
those?
that's, you know, my dad is like my crew, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So,
yeah, same.
and we talked about it, and he's like, I just don't know if I can ride in that car that long.
Sure.
You know, but yeah, I was gonna make a trailer mount just where you know, just off the shoe.
Yeah.
I figured it'd be cool, you know.
I think we should do it, man. Because my buddy Rick with the F-150 that's been on the channel, the twin turbo car, another Coyote. Me and him were gonna do it this year. He ended up not getting in. I was gonna go with him if I couldn't get in. Obviously, I didn't get in either. So, I think next year
Yeah.
we gotta do Drag Week or Rocky Mountain would be really cool. But that's a
Rocky-
long way to send a car or drive the car.
Yeah.
But
Rocky Mountain would be really cool. Drag Week, I was looking at the classes, and it's like we'd be up against some fast cars.
oh yeah, I would just have to run in one of the slower indexes and not do the stick shift stuff. But it's for sure a goal I definitely want to do. I definitely want to do one of those. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
T, you could crew chief on that for me. All right. Oh man, this thing is wicked. I think we should maybe go drive it a little bit on these roads since it's 7 in the morning. There's no one out here. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it. we're back home. That was a sick one. Definitely my favorite build breakdown we've done, just because I'm super into the stick shift stuff. It's a Coyote. Gary's a great guy. I really appreciate all the help he's given me thus far. I'm sure I'll be leaning on him a little bit more as we get after getting this 9 done. So if you like this kind of content, please subscribe to the channel. Like this video if you do. And thanks for watching. Peace!